Welcome to Our India News Hour. India is among the most promising countries for developing disruptive technologies. The Indian tech industry always comes with resilience, agility and innovation, and a latest survey from KPMG says around twice as many global technology company leaders believe that hubs are still important in driving technology innovation as opposed to those who believe they are not, and ranking the country third among jurisdictions that show the most promise for developing disruptive global technologies. KPMG ranked Bengaluru at 8th position among the top 10 cities. More than 800 industry leaders were surveyed for the report, which said 39% believe global hub cities such as London, Singapore and Tel Aviv will continue to play a vital role, enabling talent to coalesce and collaborate in communities with a solid digital infrastructure. The report found that while COVID-19 has rapidly accelerated new ways of working, most of the employers know this and are striving towards flexible work arrangements, including permanent hybrid workforce models. As the workforce disperses geographically, new hotbeds of technologically skilled workers will emerge. The world's technology hubs are here to stay, although they may not be in Silicon Valley. It presents a great opportunity for India, bolstered further by the urbanization and younger demographic trends of the country, as well as the massive jump in venture capital that India has seen in the last 3 years. The internet and digital technology are the new superhighways of trade. Tech leaders believe the industry's future success will rely on a balance between physical workspace and greater flexibility. At the same time, engineering talent and intellectual property are the lifeblood of the tech industry, and retaining top talent is a strategic imperative. Let's look into today's headlines in VAR India. Reserve Bank of India to impose fine on banks whose ATMs run out of cash from October 1st. In a big relief for the common citizens, the Reserve Bank of India has decided to charge penalties on banks for non-availability of cash in ATMs. The Reserve Bank of India has launched the scheme of penalty for non-replenishment of ATMs, which will come into effect in October. Under the scheme, a penalty of Rs 10,000 per ATM will be levied if they are out of cash for more than 10 hours per month. The Reserve Bank of India has directed all banks and white label automated teller machine operators to ensure that ATMs never run out of cash. Zomato's Q1 consolidated net loss widens to Rs 356 crores. Food delivery platform Zomato said its consolidated net loss widened to Rs 356 crores for the quarter ending June 30th, 2021. Zomato got listed on stock markets last month, is backed by China's Ant Group, reported a net loss of Rs 99.8 crores in the year-ago period. The COVID pandemic has hurt the company's dining out business and it incurred higher expenses in June quarter. Zomato said a second wave of COVID infections in India significantly impacted the dining out business and reserved most of the gains the industry made in the previous quarter. McAfee Enterprise unveils integration with Microsoft Dynamics 365 for greater security and compliance in the cloud. McAfee Enterprise has announced that mVision Cloud, part of its Secure Access Service Edge, that is SASE offering, mVision Unified Cloud Edge, now provides enhanced security coverage for Microsoft Dynamics 365, a line of enterprise resource planning and customer relationship management software applications. This solution complements Dynamics 365 capabilities by using a frictionless API-based cloud-native approach that allows IT teams to seamlessly enforce data loss prevention policies and collaboration controls, access control, address threats from insiders and compromised accounts, audit all user activity and secure corporate data as users collaborate in the cloud. Reliance joins Bill Gates, others to invest $144 million in US energy storage company. Reliance Industries Limited said it would invest $144 million in US energy storage company Ambri Inc. along with billionaire Bill Gates' investment management firm Paulson & Co. and others. The investment comes months after Reliance unveiled a $10 billion green energy plan in its drive to become a net carbon zero company by 2035, with plans to build 4 gigafactories at Jamnagar in Gujarat to produce solar cells and modules, energy storage batteries, fuel cells and green hydrogen. Reliance, through its wholly owned unit Reliance New Energy Solar Limited, that is RNESL, will acquire 42.3 million shares of preferred stock in Ambri for $50 million, the company said in a statement. RNESL and Ambri are also in talks to set up a large-scale battery manufacturing facility in India, the company added. Yes Bank appoints Mahesh Ramamurthy as CIO. Yes Bank announced the appointment of Mahesh Ramamurthy as the Chief Information Officer. He will lead technology and digital transformation for the bank. Mahesh will also lead the new age technologies such as API, AI/ML, BI and business solutions, which is going to be the driving factor for all the new products at Yes Bank. Mahesh comes with over 3 decades of experience in the BFSI technology space in payments and banking technology, product design, business solution and project management across Indian and MNC banks and technology firms. In his previous roles, he was leading the payments vertical for Europe, Asia Pacific, Middle East and Africa at FIS Inc. He has also been associated with Barclays Bank, Kotak Mahindra Bank, Aviva PLC, DCB Bank, IDBI Bank and Standard Chartered Bank. That's it for now. Please like, share, comment and subscribe to War India News Magazine. Stay tuned. Thank you.